Hello and welcome to another episode of the Portrait Prophet Show. I'm so glad that you're here with me on this wonderful, beautiful Monday to get the week started off right. Oh man, got some great things coming up for you. I know you're here because you've seen the title, or just because you are a regular who is here every single week. I want to thank you for doing that. Today we're going to be talking about the little extras that you could do every single day to help grow your business. Now, before we get to that, I want to encourage you to comment. I want to encourage you to ask questions during the show. And if I see them and I think they apply and I have time, I'm going to answer them live on the show, or at least respond to them. But I don't know who you are unless you identify yourselves. Now, you only have to do this once. You don't have to do it every single show. But when you click on the link that's scrolling across your screen right now, you're giving StreamYard. That's the platform we use to be able to simulcast this to multiple different platforms. We simulcast to 5 different Facebook pages, 2 different YouTube channels, and 1 LinkedIn page. So while you're watching, you're not seeing everybody. You're seeing only those who are there who have actually registered, who have clicked this. And so I don't actually know how many people are watching. I know how many people are watching who have registered, who have clicked this link, that streamyard.com/Facebook that you're seeing about to exit the screen right now. That makes it where I can see your name and your comment. Otherwise, it says Facebook user or YouTube user or LinkedIn user, so I won't know who it comes from. So click that link, streamyard.com/Facebook. By the way, you can just type it out into your URL, into the address in a browser, or go to the original post, click on more because it's down a little bit, and click the link there. Either way works. All right, so do me a favor. If you're watching live right now, enter in hashtag live. Hashtag live. That way I know you're watching live. If you're watching this replay later, then please enter in hashtag replay. That way I know you're watching later. But if you enter in hashtag live now, I'll know who's here and I can say hi to you. So I can see that have several Facebook users. By the way, if you want to remain anonymous, don't click that streamyard.com/Facebook. Don't go there, because then you won't be anonymous anymore. But it shows up as Facebook user to me. And I can see Robin and several others. Thank you for being here today. Oh, man. All right. So if you're here live right now, enter in hashtag live. Just enter in the comments, hashtag live. Now, I've got a couple of other, in addition to what we're doing here today, there's several other things that I do, of course, and some of those are free, some of them aren't free. But one of them that's free is our business assessment consultation. And so I want to put that up on the screen right now. I guess I need to take that off so you can see that image. But this is something that I've done for quite some time, and we've probably had 500 photographers, I'm not sure, take advantage of this. Now, this is just a free 30-minute session where you can just talk about whatever it is that's important to you right now in your business. And so we talk, we visit. And I'm not charging anything for it. I'm going to put that in the... Let's see, put that in the comments right now so that you can have that. So that's coming right. That should be showing up right now in the comments, just in that feed, so that you can just click the link and that will take you there. Now, what that does is takes you to my calendar so that you can choose a time that works for you. And obviously, it's on my calendar, so it's a time that works for me. And it keeps track of it. So it'll send you an email confirmation and email reminders and even text reminders if you put your phone number in. That way you don't forget, because, well, we're humans. We do that. So take advantage of that business assessment consultation. In fact, take advantage of it once a year. Now, I do charge for this, but for you guys, I'm giving you one for free per year. So you could just make it simple as an annual review or a price list review, whatever you want to do it. But it's 30 minutes, a free private session. I also want you to know about another thing, and that's with Lunch with Landers. And this is I take a photographer to lunch every single week, and it's fun. It's simple. We just show up and have lunch. Now we're doing it at my Rotary Club meeting, and what that means to you is you get to hear a speaker. That's really all it means to you. You get to hear a speaker, someone you very likely would never have heard before. Usually someone very interesting, because the people who are in charge there of getting the speakers do a really good job of getting speakers. And so let me put that in. There we go. In the it should be coming across now. That should be posted right now. The address to that, the URL, and again, that takes you to my calendar. Now it only shows Tuesdays. This particular calendar only shows Tuesdays that are available for Lunch with Landers, and so take advantage of it. I don't believe there's any left this month or next month, but there's definitely some in November and maybe the end of October and November, and it goes out for about 60 days. And so there are days available on this. So click that link, take advantage of it. Lunch with Landers. Perfect. All right. So next thing I wanted to let you guys know about, and there's a total of 5 things, so there's 2 of the 5, is we've got a new class. Now, we've had portrait photography classes for years, but we've had intro to studio photography and intro portrait photography and intro to outdoor and off-camera flash, all these different things. But this combines all of it and just gives a little bit of each one. And so there'll be a total of 5 classes. They're on Saturdays, Saturday afternoons, 1 to 3, 5 consecutive Saturdays. And that begins on October 15th. So not that far away, just 3 weeks away. And so, or maybe 2. Well, anyway, it's not long. It's soon. So go to landersphotoschool.com and click on classes so you can see more information about this. But it's 5 2-hour sessions. The first class will be talking about it. What are the things we need to know? What are the things we need to do? What are the things we need to consider? What tools should we have available to us? Second 2 classes are going to be outdoors, and we'll be using natural light and flash. And the last 2 of the 5 will be indoors, using either natural light, window lighting, the ambient lighting that's just coming into the room, and studio lighting. So this one combines all the different aspects of portrait photography. So take advantage of that. And that one is it's a physical class. So if you're looking for an online class, this isn't it. This is in person. So go to landersphotoschool.com. Check it out. Next thing I want to share with you is about the 10th annual San Antonio Photography Tournament. Now, this is a fun tournament, so don't think, oh, I'm not good enough. Yeah, you are. In fact, I'll tell you the most extreme example. In one of the past 9, one of the winners had bought their camera, their very first camera, only 3 weeks prior to the tournament. So if that's not an indicator that you are good enough, then I'm not sure how else I could prove it. This is a fun tournament that is for all. And so I want you to, is that where I wanted? That's the one I wanted. So there's some more information about it, but you can go to saphotoevents.com, saphotoevents.com, to be able to get more information about this fun tournament. This one's going to be at the Dominion Country Club, and it is in person. We have had the last 2 years where we did it online. This one's not online. This is in person at the Dominion Country Club. And there will be 15 categories that you'll get at the beginning. So you're bringing your camera. This is not a pre-done photo competition. This is an in-person instant gratification photographer's tournament, meaning you get the list of 15 categories at the beginning, 8 o'clock. You go out at 8:30, and over the next 3 hours, up to 3.5 hours, you go and photograph every category that you want to photograph. You don't have to compete in all of them. Then you submit them during lunch. The judges are doing their thing, and after lunch, guess what? We announce the winners, and we hand out the prizes, and we hand out the certificates for the winners. There'll be a first, second, and honorable mention in every single category. So, so this is going to be fun. This is exciting. Again, this is the 10th time that we have hosted this. And there's going to be thousands in prizes. And of course, Landers Photography School and Digital Pro Lab are some of the major sponsors of this. And one more announcement. This is the last one. Elevate Exhibition. This is an annual event as well. This is in its second year. And it is going to be on Monday, October 17th, which is the day after the annual San Antonio Photography Tournament. So you can have 2 days in a row with fun stuff regarding your passion of photography. But the Elevate Exhibition is a place to show off your work. And you can show off 1 or 2 or 3, however many images you want to show off. And you can just show up and just see what other photographers are doing. There will be videographers there as well. So if you do video, you could submit video work also. But this is a chance to be around other photographers, and this is elevated in every way, meaning you're going to be dressing up for this one. This is not an event where you show up in a t-shirt and jeans. This is something you wear a suit or at least a sports coat and slacks. If you're a guy, a dress or something nice if you're a woman. So you can, this is something that's fun. It's elevating photographers. It's shining a light on what it is that we do and the beautiful art that we San Antonians create. So that's coming up on Monday, October 17th. Go to elevateexhibition.com. In fact, let me put those two, the last two I didn't share with you. So I'll put, let's see. I'm going to put both the annual San Antonio Photography Tournament in the comments. Hey, Francis, glad you're here. All right, so you should be seeing right now or soon the annual San Antonio Photography Tournament information, where you just click that link, and that link goes straight to buying a ticket. No, it looks like it was too long. That's interesting. Huh. All right, so I can see that part of that link is incorrect. This is the 10th annual, and it is not virtual. So somehow I clicked on somehow I copied and pasted last year's link. It is right next to it. I just chose the wrong one. It's the correct link, though. Sorry about that. Wow. All right, and then the link for the Elevate exhibition, that's coming right now. I'll put that in there. All right, so this link is to Elevate Exhibition. So you can find out more information and you can purchase your tickets. Obviously, not necessarily obviously, the ticket price goes up the more images you want to show. So you can show 1 or 2 or 3 or 5, or you can just buy a ticket just to get in and just enjoy the event. But the price goes up based on the quantity that you show, because it's on the space, really. So that link is there. It's a fun event. I certainly encourage you. We are a part of it. I'm on the board, and I was last year as well. So this was promoted last year. In fact, the organizer is Tara Fullman. And Tara started this last year and has a strong team of volunteers who are possibly watching right now, hearing what I'm saying, judging what I'm saying, which is good. I want to improve. They get together, they plan this. There's a lot of work and effort that goes into it, but man, it's so much fun. So definitely encourage you to take advantage of Elevate Exhibition. All right. Now, before I get any further, meaning start into today's topic, I want to tell you about me, because I usually start off with that, but I just moved right into all these exciting announcements because, man, that's what I'm excited about. But if you're watching for the first time, I really should be telling you, who is this guy talking on the show right now? So my name is Jim Landers, and my mission is simple. I help portrait photographers just like you make a great income doing what they love. Each week, you get tips and systems on the business side of photography designed to help you gain a mastery over marketing and sales. reducing the struggles that most photographers face so you can finally get what you deserve, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Portrait Prophet Show. The Portrait Prophet Show is brought to you for free by Digital Pro Lab and Landers Photography School. Now, today we are here to talk about the little extras that you can do to help grow your business. And of course, there are a lot of those, a ton. And of course, I'm not going to be able to cover every single one of them in the hour that I have with you. But I'm going to cover some that you may have expected, and probably some that you didn't expect. And I want to encourage you to comment on the things that you might do. Because as we're going through this, it's going to spur different ideas. Share those. Just go to the comments and enter in whatever it is that you're thinking about, so that we can add to this list. And I want to encourage you, those who are watching live, do me a favor and enter in #live so that I know that you're here watching me and watching the show and growing and share. I also want you to share this. So do me a favor, click that share button. Now, if you have someone in particular that you'd like to share this with, enter their name, tag them so that they're aware of what's going on. And maybe if they're available, they can pop right over into the show and watch what's going on. And so that more people than just you can benefit. Photographers are wonderful, caring people, meaning that we like to share. I know I keep seeing stories over the many years on Facebook posts saying, like, every once in a while I'll come across someone who says, I like to help because no one was there to help me when I started. Guys, no one is there to help you unless you ask for it. There have always been people who are willing to help. If you feel that there's no one willing to help you in your photography business, it's because you haven't tried hard enough to find someone. Plain and simple. Come on, get real. It's not like they're sitting there twiddling their thumbs waiting for someone to show up who's brand new. That's not how it works. They're busy. They have lives. It's your job to seek them out. So there is no, when I got started, there was no one to help me. BS. Total BS. It's just not true. You just haven't sought them out. Now, you may say, well, I've tried. I've sent some emails. I've made a phone call, and they didn't seem to want to help me. Move on to the next person. It's not like they're the only person who does photography. There's a ton in the San Antonio market alone. Now, I know there's some of you watching from all over the place, but in San Antonio, there are over 100,000 photographers. And you're telling me that the one or two or three that you contacted who didn't want to do it is everybody, and you're done? You're not going to try? Okay, come on, really. If you want help, help exists. Don't go around saying that no one helped me, because that is up to you, not to them. There's a little PSA for the day. All right, so, but share this. Share it. You can be the person who is reaching out and helping. The person that some people say doesn't exist. Be that person. Help others. Hit that #live, let me know you're here, and click that share button, letting others know that there's something good out here for them to participate in. Man, the little extras that you can do to help grow your business. Growing a business, as you know, is hard work. Even if you have people helping you out, it's still hard. It's just not as hard as if you didn't. You know that it takes dedication, it takes commitment, and an unyielding belief in the vision that you have. Of course, you have to define that vision. But hard work is made up of a bunch of small steps that, when done according to your plan, over a long period of time, add up to something special. Today, we're going to tackle the easy parts, the parts that most creatives just thoroughly enjoy. There are so many little things that you can do to help yourself and your business. So this is not meant to be a comprehensive list that we go over today. There's 18 things I'm going to share with you today. This is not meant to be a comprehensive list. Just a list of thoughts, ideas, and inspirations for you to consider. But as you progress through this lesson with me, you'll think of more. So let me know what you come up with in the comments. And you'll notice something multiple times throughout this lesson. You'll notice that I believe that when you help someone else, there is often a positive side effect that happens in your direction. We call this, you know what it's called a win-win. I recommend that you seek win-wins in all that you do, everything. All right, here's the first. Claim or add, if it doesn't exist yet, claim or add your business on Google. So there's number one. For instance, the Google Business Profile is a free tool that allows you to get control of the way your business appears on Google Search and Google Maps. You can even connect with clients. You can post updates. You can list your services and more. Make sure to respond to every single review. Good or bad, respond to it immediately. If you have claimed your Google Business Profile, then they send you an email, a notice saying that someone has left a review. That way you can respond in a short period of time. There are other sites. I don't always recommend them, not because they aren't good, but because of the time it takes to do it. And there's other things that we need to get to. But there are sometimes, depending on the target market, there are times when I actually do recommend others. So I'm going to list a few that you could consider. I definitely want you to take advantage of the Google Business Profile and these other ones if they apply to you. So I'm going to just list them. Better Business Bureau, Bing Places, City Search, Dex Knows, Knows, Dex Knows, TripAdvisor, if you do destination work, TripAdvisor, and then Yellow Pages or Yellow Book. So those real quick again: Better Business Bureau, Bing Places, City Search, Dex Knows, DEX, Dex Knows, TripAdvisor, and Yellow Pages and Yellow Book. Now, you may have noticed that I left one out that is very popular in some areas. I don't often recommend against companies, mostly because they're just different tools for different purposes. But one of the companies out there that advertises a lot is Yelp, which is what a dog does when it's hurt. I don't understand how they're allowed to continue operating their business with business practices poor as theirs. But at some point, you'll do what a dog does when it gets hurt if you choose to engage them. So it's the perfect name for that business. All right, enough about that. Number two, make it easy for someone to support you. People want to help you. But if you don't make it easy, they've got a million things that they are doing themselves already that take up all of their time. So make it easy for them to support you. Here's 3 ways. 1, make gift cards available for purchase on your website or social media presence. When someone wants to purchase a gift for someone, a gift card, of course, is quick. It's easy. So make sure it's easy to purchase from you without having to contact you. There's the first one, gift cards. Second one is make it crystal clear what it is that you do, what it is you believe in along the lines of what you do, and what you want as a result of the efforts that you're making. When someone knows what you want, assuming it's noble, they are going to want it for you. And when you make it clear, it will be much easier for them to help you. So make it clear what you do. And then the third of the three, support them in every way you can. At least a thank you when they do something helpful and kind. And I'm going to go over a few more today because some of these apply to this. So that's not the last you're going to hear of supporting others in every way that you can. All right. Number 3, I want you to collect data, or data, however you want to say it. Collect data. I want you to have a consistently updated database, and I want you to track the results of all of your efforts. And we're going to talk about one of those specifically here in just a little while, one that you probably haven't heard of before, but very simple. Keeping track of your prospects and clients in a database makes it easy to contact them when appropriate, of course. And when it comes to tracking what's going on in your business, well, of course, experience and intuition are important, but the data you collect plays a vital role in helping you make informed decisions rather than just feelings. Feelings are good, but they're sometimes wrong. You need to support those feelings with data. You're going to have feelings. You're a creative. You've got that. That part comes easy. Keep track of what it is that you're doing so that your decisions are based in what is real, not just feelings. So by tracking key performance indicators, or KPIs, hopefully you've heard that before, you gain valuable insights into how your business is performing and where changes need to be considered, making you better equipped to make decisions that help your business succeed. All right, number 4, I want you to review your sales process, or you may call this your marketing funnel. Number 4 is review your sales process or your marketing funnel. Think about your prospect journey. Go through the process as if you were a prospect going through your process. Maybe consider someone who's never done it before, who doesn't know what's next, who doesn't know the steps to working with you. So what are the steps? What do they have to do? Could those steps be made easier, more clear? Is there something that you're missing? By the way, when you look at anything that you do in your business from your client or prospect's point of view, you're going to notice gaps, areas of improvement. Most of us really only view it from our point of view. What are the steps I need to take in order for someone else to work with me? That's great. You have to do that, of course. But you've got to turn this around once that's done and be the client. You may even ask a couple of friends to go through the process and tell you where there's hiccups. But you need to do it yourself. Ask or get the answer to how many new leads are coming in each week. And is that the right number? Do you need more? By the way, I've spoken to many photographers who are concerned that they're not getting enough leads. So I asked them about their marketing funnel, their client process, their client journey, or their prospect journey. And almost every time, they have a really poor response. So this suggestion could be huge for you. If you don't have a process by which a prospect can easily engage you, then you must create one right now, or you're already in the process of going out of business. Yep, That's a serious one. They all are, but they're all fun too. All right, number 5, I want you to review your website and your social media pages. So you know that first impressions are important. That's no one needs anyone telling them that. But your website and your social media presence may be the thing that is that for you. So therefore, you've got that online first impression, and then you also have the in-person first impression. Both are incredibly important, of course. There are many things to consider, but I've got 3 that I want you to think about today. The first is regular updates. Change dates that need to be changed. Take out events that have already occurred or that it's too late to purchase. Change out images regularly. So regular updates to your web presence. That's website and social media. Second thing is make sure that your contact information is easy to find and on every page. Your contact information so that they can reach out to you in whatever way they want to. So this could be a web form. This could be your phone number. This could be a way for them to text you. This could be reaching out to you on Facebook Messenger or whatever it is. But make sure that your contact information is available on every single page. So if you've got a website with multiple pages, every single page of the website needs your contact information too. Make sure that that's the case, and of course, make any updates or changes. If any of that information changes, do that as quickly as possible. And then the third of the 3 is check all of your links to make sure that they are working. Check all of the links. Anything could happen. You could have a link that worked today and not work tomorrow. Now, is that going to happen very often? It's not. It really only happens when you have something kind of special that's in between a direct link. So some kind of a dynamic, something that changes, and it could accidentally go to the wrong place, or maybe you've changed the name of one of your pages, and so therefore that link no longer goes where you want it to go. There's reasons. Just check it every once in a while. It's frustrating when you go to a website and click a link that doesn't go anywhere. Doesn't give you a good first impression. All right, so those are 3. There's a ton more. And if you guys have some thoughts and ideas, of course, I want you to share them. Go to the comments. Add in your own. We've got quite a few more to go. There's 18, and we're about to do number 6. I guess I better. Yeah, I appreciate that, Andres. Yeah, creatives are really good about this. Now, they're busy too, just like everybody else. It's not like they have huge amounts of time to be able to help others. But most creatives have this just inner feel of wanting to help. This is just part of us. Again, we don't always do it. That doesn't just because that's part of us doesn't mean we're always doing that. We do have to take care of ourselves. And you guys, you do have to take care of yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. You have to take care of you. Don't make excuses. You do have to come first. Because if you're tired, you're worn out, you have no money to do anything, even to have even a web presence, how much help are you going to be to someone else? So take care of you first, because that actually means you have the ability to do what you feel innately, and that's help others. So, and Andres is a good example of that. He definitely works on himself to improve himself, and then kind of like the it makes me think of the ice cream in Brenham. Oh man, how can I not remember that? We eat all we can and we sell the rest. Same thing here. Do everything to help yourself, and then share what you have with others. Thank you for sharing that, Andres. Cool. It says, by the way, I'm reading a post from a Facebook user, and a lot of times I won't click on the Facebook user ones. I guess I'll click on it real quick just because I'm talking about it. But sometimes I won't click on the Facebook user ones because I don't know who it has come from. But I appreciate you saying thank you. it makes me feel good. By the way, I encourage you to click that like button and that love button. I see a handful of you have, but if you're appreciating what's going on and the work that you know that goes on behind it from both myself and Amanda at Digital Pro Lab, then do us that small favor. Click the like button, click the love button, and click the share button. Let other people know that this is valuable, that what you're learning here can benefit others. So click that share button. By the way, it tells me when you click share, and it's just a matter of clicking share. If you want to share with a specific individual, then go to the comments and enter in their name and tag them. Put the little at symbol before their name so that they're aware of you sharing this with them. That would be sharing to an individual, but if you just click the share button, you'd be sharing to your list, your friends. Cool. All right. So back to number 6. And that's spend time on Facebook where your target market is spending time. Now, in just a moment, you're going to see what we had talked about earlier about tracking. I'll come to that here in just a second. So if you haven't already, join and then go to a Facebook group where your target market, your target audience hangs out, and be a leader who serves. Here's a couple of ways to do that. One way to do that and how. For 30 minutes or for a specific number. That's up to you how you do that. Say maybe 5 people. But either 30 minutes or a certain number of people. Go through the recent posts of that Facebook page. Excuse me. Go through those recent posts and, where appropriate, give advice or show appreciation or give a praise or ask a question. If you're going to do a specific period of time, make sure to set a timer. And either way, track your activity. Then tally that track. Now, here is, I'm going to put a graphic up so you can see what I'm talking about. And let's make that bigger and even bigger. There we go. All right. So this is just a simple form that you can use. You can do it however you want to, but track everything you do, please. It's beneficial to you. At first, it's kind of a pain because you've got to create forms and stuff, and then you've got to keep track of them. But man, it sure helps out with your decision making, and it causes you to be more focused and more specific in your actions. So this one, be a leader who serves. This one is a Facebook example of that. You can do all different kinds. So that's why it says -Facebook. You could, whatever it is you're doing. So in this instance, put the date, and this is something you do either on certain days or every day. Totally up to you. But we just put a name of the person, and that we don't know ahead of time. When we go to the page and we see something that we can interact with, we write down the name. And then how is it that we have interacted with them? Maybe we've given some advice. Maybe we've shown that we appreciate something about them or something they have done. Maybe you're giving them a praise. They've done something special and you're like, wow, that is incredible. Maybe you're asking them a question, a clarification question, or maybe they're doing something slightly different than you and you think, oh, that's kind of cool. And so you have a question about it. And is there any follow-up needed? That's what that final section is, because you may have some follow-up that is necessary. A lot of times you don't, but it's possible that follow-up is needed. For instance, maybe there's an opportunity for you creating an alliance. So that's working with another company who's not a direct competitor to you, but who's targeting the same market, usually, not always, but usually targeting the same market that you are, and you guys work together, and so it's like 2 heads are better than 1. So that's what alliance is, but it could be any type of follow-up that's necessary. Maybe it's they said they're going on vacation and you're going to reach back out to them when they're back. Maybe it's something about them not feeling well or having to make a trip to the doctor, and so you want to follow up with that. Now, that's not something you do every time, but when it is, you write down what follow-up is needed. Now, you may need a lot more space for that, but don't make it too much because we don't want to spend a huge amount of time with this. This form needs to be fast. And then you're tallying this, you're tracking it and you're tallying. So how many people did I reach out to this day? It was 5. Now you can see that this is totally made up. Those names, while real, I didn't do that. Those are just made up for this. I made this graphic specifically for this lesson. So who have I reached out to? 5 different people. I've given advice to 3 of them. But you'll notice that I showed appreciation and gave some advice in this instance. So that can happen. And it may be that you need to follow up too. And maybe you asked a question. It may be more than one. It's not that you only can choose one of these. It's whatever is appropriate. So you add those up, and over time you're going to start seeing some trends. So keep track of that kind of thing. That's one example of that. All right, let me take that off of the screen. There we go. And move on. By the way, if you're watching live, do me a favor and enter in hashtag live in the comments. Just go down, enter in hashtag live. That used to be called the number symbol, by the way. So those of you who have been around a little while, maybe you look at that symbol, that I don't know, double plus sign. I don't know. It used to be called number. That's what it used to mean. Now everybody calls it a hashtag, and it's been that way for 10 years at least. So hashtag live. That lets me know that you're here. And I definitely appreciate you being here. Hey, Miguel. Pound. That's right. Pound. That symbol used to mean pound. It still does, but no one knows what that means. All right. So thank you for sharing that, Miguel. Cool. All right. Number 7, celebrate someone's success. Now, you heard me say that just a moment ago when you say something, you praise someone. This is along those same lines, and so you want to celebrate someone's success. Now, I'm not necessarily thinking about direct competition when I wrote this. Like if you do sports photography or school photography, you're in a bid situation, and you reach out and say, that you are awesome, you are great, to someone who's just beat you in a bid situation. I'm not necessarily talking about that, but maybe even still. But that's not what I was thinking when I wrote this. In general, though, if you feel threatened by someone else's achievements, guys, if you feel threatened by someone else's achievements, chances are there's something within you that needs some improvement. So to maintain a positive mindset, you're going to have to reframe that feeling to recognize that their success is simply a testament to the possibilities that in one way or another are open to all of us. So when a client or someone you want as a client, a vendor, an alliance partner, or pretty much anyone in your microcosm, your little world, achieves something, celebrate their accomplishment publicly or privately, but celebrate their accomplishment. Reach out to them, give them the compliment that you would love to receive if you were in their shoes. Number 8, I want you to create or update your frequently asked questions. So if you haven't already, create a list of questions that your prospects ask. Now, if you're new, then create a list of the questions that you would ask. And then take some time to craft intelligent responses. This also helps you to see where you can improve. Some of these can be added to your website, others used in responses to emails, texts, on your social media presence. So these are huge. These make a big difference. You're anticipating problems when you do this, and so therefore you're preempting a lot of them, so you are in a better position to handle them. Number 9, make a list of all the things that you could purchase that would save you time. Now, I'm not saying go out and purchase them. I'm just saying have a list that you can add to whenever the idea pops into your mind, whenever the inspiration hits. Make a list of purchases that could save you time. It might be tempting to go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff with all your profits. I know. Some of you are saying, what profits? All right. If you are following what I share with you, you'll soon have that problem. So, I'd like to suggest that you invest in things that cause your business to continue to grow and reduce the amount of time that you have to invest. Always know what parts of your business need improvement and put the profits towards those parts. For example, do you need to hire a virtual assistant? Should you expand your marketing efforts? Would getting a new, faster computer reduce the amount of time spent sitting in front of the screen? Make a list of the things that would save you time. The next is invest in your education. Of course, I'm going to say that. It may be the area that needs improvement. Is something where you know it would be beneficial to take a class or get a coach or invest in some complete program? You know, but sometimes you talk yourself out of it, thinking that a new lens or a background would be a better use of your limited funds. The advantage to education, and I think we all know this, it's just a lens is more exciting. It is. But the advantage to education is that it has greater returns, massively greater returns than any background you'll ever buy. Even an a real expensive program will cause you to bring in, say, 10 times what you paid for it in the first year. That background is just not going to. But you'll be able to buy 10 times the number of backgrounds and 10 times the number of lenses that you were able to afford if you invest in your education. So that's called delayed gratification. You'll have more when you invest in your education. It's just how it is. Number 11, find a motivational speaker that you really like and watch their YouTube channel, listen to their podcast, download their audiobook, whatever it is. Regularly immerse yourself in the kind of positive energy that you desire. I want you to plan time on your calendar for it. Now, maybe it's while you're getting ready in the morning. Maybe it's you can listen while you're taking a walk. Or maybe you want to plan some dedicated time to just sit in a quiet place and listen. Whatever it is, though, have someone that you enjoy listening to who continues to motivate you and keeps you focused and keeps epiphanies coming your way. Maybe that's several, but at least have one. Number 12, go local, guys. Man, we are an interesting group because we are a small local business as a photographer. Because you're a small business, you appreciate and you cheer the phrase, go local. Yet, there's a lot of us who don't practice what we want others to practice. So I want to suggest going local for your purchases, such as restaurants, maybe gift giving. And when it comes to gift giving, think birthdays, events, Christmas. This also gives you an opportunity to engage and make connections with other small businesses. Win-win. Maybe even alliance opportunities. Probably definitely alliance opportunities. So let's not stop there at just going local. By the way, if there is a local option for what it is, whatever it is that you do in your business, in your life, choose that. That's what I'm recommending. You do you. You do whatever it is appropriate for you. But if you are hoping that other people will go local, that they will work with you, if that's what you want people to do, and you're not doing it, do you not see the disconnect? You need to practice what you preach. Seriously. You go local. Seek the local options. Not the big, huge store. Go with the little mom and pop. Sometimes it costs a little bit more. So what? You're helping someone local, and they may in turn help you, who's also someone local. But let's not stop there. What else can we do to take advantage of options to support small business owners? All right. Here's two. And there's going to be a couple others I'll mention later, but they have their own separate part because they're a little bit more involved. First, real easy. Just get on their email list. This shows them that they are supported, that they are appreciated. After all, it's not just some business. There is a real person with feelings, aspirations, and responsibilities just like you. Plus, when you sign up for someone's email list, you get to hear about their opportunities, their specials, the things that they're coming up with. The next thing is give them positive reviews. You want those, don't you? So be that person. Whatever it is you want, be that person. Don't expect others to be something you're not. You know that positive reviews help you. So be the person who's leaving them for other businesses. And don't do it in just one place. Do a Google review and then go to their Facebook page and do a review there too. They are likely to return the favor when they have an opportunity to work with you. And they're going to want to work with you because of what you've done to help them out. Oh yeah. Remember something else. What you do. You are a photographer. You create beautiful images. So therefore, create beautiful images of that business. Now, it could be if it's a physical space, maybe it's a photograph of the building, maybe it's a photograph of them doing their service, maybe it's a photograph of their product, but you have this cool talent, this cool tool, being able to create beautiful photographs. Use it to help other people out. So photograph their place, photograph their product, photograph maybe before, after type services, where you photograph whatever that service is on the before side and on the after side, and include that with your review. Number 13, recognize vendors, photography vendors in photography groups. You may wonder about how some of these things that I'm mentioning are helping you. Well, when you help out others, such as your vendors, these businesses that you work with, they notice. And you wind up being their favorite client. Helpful when difficult situations arise. So when a company does a great job, stop keeping it to yourself. Share it with others. Go to the San Antonio photography page and say something about it. I'll come back to that one just a little bit. I've got more to say about it. Number 14, give local. Just like I was saying, go local, work with businesses that are here in your area, wherever that area is, I want you also to give local. So this is nonprofits, this is charities, this is different types of organizations. So some of them are going to be, formal 501c3s or C7s, but that isn't, I'm not saying that it has to be that. Whatever cause or group that you want to help out, do it. You may have a lot to give. You may have a little to give. But your money goes further when given locally to your community because your community is improving. You're seeing the change. There are other ways to give. So if you're giving money and you have some time, you can give your time. If you don't have any money, you can give just your time because you can volunteer. There's a lot of volunteer opportunities. There's a lot of photography events that need volunteers. The annual San Antonio Photography Tournament that I mentioned a little while ago is one of those that needs volunteers. The annual San Antonio Photography Tournament needs approximately 30 volunteers to run. That's day of. Now, it only needs about a dozen ahead of time, and we have that. But the day of, we're going to need some more volunteers. And by the way, participants can volunteer too. But this is just one example of it's not always money that you have to give. It's also time, volunteering your time. So that was number 14. Let's move on to number 15. Be the friend that you expect an ideal friend to be. So be a friend. Reach out to and find out what's going on with them. They may discover that they need your service. And just they may discover that they need your service, or they may have already known that they need your service and just hadn't gotten around to calling. Or maybe they know someone who needs what it is that you do and they can refer them. Some of your friends have small businesses. Some you don't even know about. And now they get to share it with you because you reached out. Maybe you just forgot. But when you reach out, you get to find out what's going on in their world. They may share something that it didn't even cross their mind to get a photographer for. And because they're talking to you, now they want one. How much competition is in that? None. They're not going to seek out others. They're just going to work with you because you're the one who reached out. By the way, I absolutely recommend, and if you guys have been watching for a while, you probably recall this title, Don't Seek the Seekers. How many times have you seen, say, on a Facebook post where someone is looking for a photographer for family portrait or for a newborn or for a maternity, and then there's, the 53 photographers who respond. Guys, how many of those get the job? Not very many. What are the odds you're going to get it? Pretty minimal. I'm not saying don't ever do that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's not the best use of your time. Putting yourself in a situation where you're the only option is a much better choice. And there are so many ways to do that. This is just one of them. Moving on to number 16. Post on your own social media page requesting your friends that have small businesses just raise their hand. Make a post on your Instagram or your Facebook accounts, your LinkedIn, asking your friends to identify their small business. Then reach out to each one of them individually and have a conversation. Discover ways that you can create win-win situations. And then share the story, and where appropriate, the way that you are supporting each other. So it may just be that you're sharing what it is that someone does. You're posting that on your page. But it may be that you're posting the new alliance that you have together. It just depends on what you're doing. When people see how you support the people around you, they want to get to know you better. They want to work with you. I mean, talk about a great way to get more business and new business. Make sure to share their businesses on your social media. Now, you might want to give this a title, because I would say this is a program that you have added to what it is that you do. And so you preface it with a title, kind of like I have Lunch with Landers and the business assessment consultation and several other things. I will title the Lunch with Landers so that people get used to that name. And they know what's coming. They know that, generally speaking, what's coming after it. So give a title to this program that you're going to be doing of supporting others in your area. You could call it Shop Small with, and use your name. So for my instance, Shop Small with Landers, or Go Local with Landers, or maybe We All Win. That might make a cool title. Or how about Supporting Friends? So in the category of supporting friends, and you share the story. It just says Supporting Friends. That's your title for what it is you're doing. You guys know I believe in giving everything a home and giving everything a name. It just makes it more recognizable, causes people to be able to see it and know what it is you're talking about. Now, you could say something like, I like the idea of going local, so I want to know which of my friends have businesses that they would like for me and others reading this to know about. I'll start in the comments. So you've probably seen things like that before. You be that person, but follow it up with reaching out to them, talking to them, seeing how you can form relationships with them, and then share each one of them on your own. And once you've gone through that, then post it again. It's going to take you a while to get through it all. Now, next, this is number 17 of 18. We're getting close to the end. Number 17, show appreciation. Now, we talked about this one a little bit already. Let's talk a little bit more about it. Number 17, when someone makes a nice comment on your social media, respond with appreciation, and where appropriate, go one step further. Find something that you can comment or compliment them about. For business, publicly comment about businesses that have done well with you or for you, and something you've heard about, like maybe you've heard some good things about them on the news. Compliment that business. On a personal level, that was a business level. On a personal level, maybe it's pretty much the same thing, but just let them know how you appreciate them. You can one-up this by creating your own custom cards from Digital Pro Lab. They're running a special, Digital Pro Lab's running a special on this right now, where you can create your own custom note cards, thank you cards, greeting cards, whatever you want to call them. And this has your artwork on the front cover, and you're writing whatever note is appropriate on the inside, and they come with envelopes, matching envelopes. And I can tell you a little bit about them because Digital Pro Lab just posted about this. I think it was yesterday or the day before. These are their words. Start creating custom greeting cards personalized with your photography. With hundreds of free designer templates available for your favorite holidays or special occasions. And I want to add in thank you cards or general cards, note cards. You should have no problem creating a one-of-a-kind card ready to impress. We offer 4 quality paper options to choose from: gloss, linen, art matte, and pearl. Envelopes are included with the card purchase and available in plain, matching to match the paper type selected, or craft envelopes. So you've got some cool choices, some cool options there. But can you imagine that your thank you notes have your artwork on it? And it could be whatever you want. It doesn't have to be necessarily your specialty. It could be something that you enjoy doing on the side. Maybe a beautiful sunset, maybe a silhouette, maybe your favorite photograph from your last vacation. Whatever it is, you can put that on the cover. And you're not limited to one. You could make several. I also recommend that you do your birthday cards this way, where maybe you have one birthday card for all of your clients. So you know how many clients you have, and you know you'll be adding some throughout the year, so order a few more. But each year, have just one birthday card for everybody, because no one has more than one birthday per year, and so you can order those ahead of time. So have birthday cards, maybe even anniversary cards, especially if you specialize in working with couples or families. It's good to collect that information. I mentioned data collection earlier. This is one way you can use that data. All right. Enough about that. I like the comment. I'm looking at your comments, Miguel. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, I can put those up. Keep notes and stuff like frequently asked questions in a Google Doc. It's a good idea. Accessible from a phone or a PC. Keep updates on your frequently asked questions, frequently asked entries. Update anywhere, like while waiting for a client. Smart. Access from your PC to post the updates to your site. Yeah, good job, Miguel. I like that. Yes, totally agree with that one too. Cool. All right. So the last one is recognize your vendors in the photography groups. Now, I already touched on this one before. I want to end with this one. You may wonder how this is helping you. Well, when you help your vendors, they notice, and you wind up being their favorite client. This is beneficial, especially when you've got difficult situations that you're dealing with. You could go to San Antonio Photography Facebook page and say something like, I want to give a shout out to Digital Pro Lab. I just picked up my prints of a high school senior, and they are amazing. I can't wait to present them to my client. Now, when you do that on a forum like this, a group like this, then it is their target market that is hearing about it. So when you just go to their page and you thank them, that's good. When you go and you review them on their Google page, on Google or on Facebook, that is better. And take it one step further and go to groups that that their target market is in, and post there. Man, that's when you're really helping people out. Now, you may think, well, how is this helping people out, helping me? It should be obvious, because you need to be the person that you want to see in others. You're hoping that these people are doing some sort of behavior. Are you? Because if you're not, you can't expect that from someone else. Come on. You're a good person. You put good things in front of you, and you're not doing that thing that you hope other people do. Well, there must be some reason for it. Take away the excuse. Reasons, excuses, equivalent. They're the same thing. Don't be offended when someone says you're given an excuse, because it's the truth. Instead, listen to what they're telling you and use it to the advantage of yourself, your business, your clients, and your loved ones. Receive things that you hear as helpful rather than as mean, and you will go far. If you receive everything as a personal attack, you will stagnate, you will be frustrated. If you're stagnating and you're frustrated, that's one of the reasons why you're stagnating and frustrated, is because you're receiving as a negative rather than as a positive, and you're the only one who can make that change. So I hope that you've enjoyed these 18 thoughts. I hope that they are beneficial. I hope that there's some of them that you can put into practice today. I hope that you've come up with some more of your own, that the things that we've been talking about today have inspired you to do something else, to move in a different direction that's beneficial to you and those around you. I'm going to check out the comments. Hey, Rick, glad you're here. By the way, if you guys are watching live, do me a favor, hit #live. #live. If you're watching the replay, #replay. So, all right. Okay, there's several of you I haven't said hi to yet, but I'm out of time, so I'm not going to, and I apologize because I do like to do shout outs to those of you who are taking your time to watch the show. But do the photography community a favor. Share this show. This is beneficial to the community. The things that you're learning here, not all of them are going to apply to you. You don't have time for all of them, but the show itself is beneficial. Share it. Share it. Now, let's talk about what is coming up, and as far as this is concerned. So let's talk about the upcoming shows. Every week, you get a lesson on the business side of photography, and it's designed to help you grow, to help you become better than you were yesterday, which is what we all want. The upcoming classes, it's every single Monday at noon, except the second Monday. Today's is the last one of September, so I'm going to tell you what October is going to look like. And let's see, I have to remove some of these in order to show you these. There we go. All right, so now I need to share what's coming up. So on October 3rd, we have the personal resistance plan. And man, that's an interesting one. You have things that hold you back. And you're aware of them to some degree, but not so much that you can actually do something about some of them. This is going to eliminate those problems. Man, I highly recommend that you show up for this class. This is going to be an eye-opener for some of you. This will be, for some, there's going to be 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 people who come back a month or 2 later and say, that lesson changed my world. So put that on your calendar. That is on October 3rd, and that's the personal resistance plan. And then on October 10th, we're going to be doing a panel on how I deal with difficulties. And we're going to have 3 people who have dealt with difficult situations. They'll be sharing their stories, and it'll make it where it's difficult for you to make an excuse because they've been able to do it. And if they can do it in their situation, you can do it in yours. This will inspire you to do it. And on October 17th, we're going to be doing Purpose is Our High Octane Fuel. When you define what it is that you do and what it is you're trying to accomplish, it makes things clear. It makes your path known. It'd be like the difference between getting out on the road and not knowing where to go, not knowing if you have any gas, not being able to check to see if you have gas, not knowing how much money you have, and just getting out on the road and driving, and a third of the way there, wherever there is, you ran out of gas. Well, guess what, guys? There's a lot of photographers who do just that in their business. They haven't defined the end result. Would you ever do that on something as simple as a road trip? No. So why would you not do it for your business? Makes no sense. But guys, we are creatives. We're going with the flow. We're going with what feels good. And that is the straight path to failure. It just is. You've got to define where it is that you're going so that you can plan for the things you're going to come across, to make sure that you've got the gas to get there, the energy, the money, the time. So we're going to be talking about choosing that purpose, focusing on that purpose, and making it your destination so that you can plan a path to get there. And then on October 24th, the photographer competitor analysis. Now, this one is, if you're doing a business plan, doing a competitor analysis is just a smart thing to do. But you may not know how, and you may not know who. You're first defining who it is that you are, because you have to know that. Otherwise, you're not going to do a good job of choosing your competitors. So you begin there, and then you go through a process of looking at the competitors. And I've got a form, and those of you who are here that day, you get it. I'm going to give you that form so that you can do an effective competitor analysis. But you're not using this so that you can be like them. You're using this so you just know what's out there, you know what's going on, you know what your clients may be seeing, so that you can 1-up or 10x what it is that they're doing. This will be a program, a step-by-step program on how to do that, how to look at your competitors in a positive way that uplifts you and energizes you to do what it is that you want to do. So that's on October 24th. And then on October 31st, yep, we're going to do this on Halloween. We don't take time off. We're here for you every single Monday, period. So Monday, October 31st at noon, we're going to be dealing with unusual situations. How do you like that for a title on Halloween? Dealing with unusual situations. Now, no, we're not going to be talking about ghost stories, although if you've got them, share them. I'm curious. And we're not going to be talking about aliens. Nope, none of that kind of stuff. These are unusual situations that you have the potential to possibly deal with, but more so, how to be prepared for the unusual situation, so it's not totally blindsiding you, so that you're not totally unprepared to deal with it. We're going to talk about that. Steps, systems on how to make these situations a little bit easier to deal with when you do come across them. So that's what's coming up for the month of October. One more reminder, I want you to look at joining the San Antonio Photography Tournament. Man, it is such a fun tournament. It's a day where a lot of photographers are going to get together at the Dominion Country Club to have a fun competition. It's not a serious competition. It's a fun competition. So everyone can join, ages 12 to 112. I'm sorry if you're 113. We do have to draw the line somewhere. We may make an exception. We'll see. But 12 and up, meaning, what is that, middle school? Somewhere in middle school and up can participate in this. And this is fun. You're going to walk around the beautiful grounds of the Dominion Country Club. You're going to submit your work while you're there. The judges are going to choose the winners, and then they're going to be announced. And by 3 o'clock, it's all done. There's no popularity contest where you go and put your images on Facebook and beg your friends to like it and share it. It's all done. You walk away, if you're a winner, with certificate and prizes. So pretty darn cool. All right. I want to thank you guys once again for investing your time in yourself. And because you're investing time in yourself, by default, you're also investing in the photography community, because people do watch what it is that you do and they learn from it. So they're seeing it. Success leaves clues. So they're looking at what other photographers are doing, and they're using those things that they see in their business. And so if you're growing, you're helping the photography community grow. So thank you for doing that. But I'm asking one step further. Share this with others. Let other people know that this program exists, that this is every single Monday at noon. This is episode number 84, so we've been doing it for a good while now. But share this with others so that others can participate also. Now, I better look at those comments before I close this out, just in case. Hey, Jero, glad you're here. And I don't know who that is, but thank you for being here. Miguel, thank you for all that you do. By the way, Miguel is someone who's could be well known in the San Antonio photography community, is well known in the San Antonio photography community by name, but even more so by service. He does a ton of stuff that's behind the scenes that you're just not aware of, and it just happens. So therefore, you don't even. It doesn't even cross your mind, a question like who's doing that. He's doing some of those things because he is the organizer or director, I'm probably giving them the wrong title, of the largest San Antonio photography community, which has just shy of 10,000 members. So thank you, Miguel, for all that you're doing. You rock, and I'm grateful to know you. So. Oh, thank you, administrator. That's the right word. I know it. I just forgot about it. All right, cool. I appreciate you saying that. All right, so today we've been talking about the little extras that you can do today to help grow your photography business. And I hope you've gotten something wonderful out of it, something that you can apply to your world, something that energizes you and keeps you going forward. And I want to thank you for being here today. For Landers Photography School and Digital Pro Lab, this is Jim Landers bringing you the weekly Portrait Profit Show, giving you evolving content, awareness, and even fun to the business side of photography. Through helpful information, step-by-step processes, and action steps that will help you with the struggles you deal with now, so you are constantly realigned to the path that leads to the success you deserve. Be here every Monday to experience a different way of looking at the business side of photography. Thank you for investing your time here at the Portrait Profit Show. Thank you, guys. I'll enjoy watching you grow.